It's that bad boy shit. Got a pocket full of hundreds. It's that bad boy shit. Yeah, for the grand we gon' flick. That's $100,000 in that Louis V fit. Yeah. Say she get down with a bad boy. Say she wanna fuck with a bad boy. Everybody wanna be a bad boy. But tell me, can you really be a bad boy? Say she get down with a bad boy. Say she wanna fuck with a bad boy. Everybody wanna be a bad boy. But tell me, can you really be a bad boy? Say she get down with a bad boy. Say she wanna fuck with a bad boy. Everybody wanna be a bad boy. Bad boy. Say she get down with a bad boy.
Go get that Buddha. Go get that Buddha. I try to see on his face if he like it's a Buddha. Go get that Buddha. Go get that Buddha. I try to see on his face if he like it's a Buddha. Let me stop. All right, what is going on, entertainers? So Tom comes out with another video. We talking Bad Boys. I don't know the episode number, but y'all gonna see it in the description and the title. You already know what to do. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what y'all think down below. Now the episode starts off with, we see like a shot of Noel walking. You would have thought he was Beyonce. He walking like, y'all know the Beyonce video, don't hurt yourself. He's like, who do you think I is? I'm married to an average boy. Bring my boy. Like he walking like this, like you know, he about to do like the biggest thing ever. So apparently he's going to go get Cozy's bed and throw it in the pool, right? And he ends up taking the bed, he throws it in the pool easily, right? And then next thing you know, Cozy and them come back from the club. So Cozy like, yo, like, what happened to my bed? Like, who threw that in the pool? Like, you know, who threw my stuff in the pool? Like, I don't really like that. You feel me? Which one of you punks did it? Which one of you punks threw them out in the pool? So they were like, oh, it's Noel. It's Noel, right? So Noel's like, what's up? What's up? Do you need that? Do you need that? So he ends up fighting Cozy. Let me tell y'all something. I just know when Cozy went home, when Cozy went home, he called Noel all types of hoes, okay? And his family was like, so Cozy, how your experience over there at the Bad Boys? He's like, so like, you hear me? I went over there to the Bad Boys, and you know, we was in the DR, and like, you feel me? It was a couple punks, you know, no Fridas, but you know, a couple punks, and you know, I ain't gonna lie, mama, I got beat up by a big punk. Like, I'm telling y'all, like, you just knew he was back there talking about that. He's like, one of them big punks with my ass, mom. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yo, like, you had to turn off the TV when that episode cut on. Like, I don't know, right? I feel like what Noel did was weird because the reason why I could tell production told him to do that. It's like so obvious. Either Ashley Washington or somebody else in production was like, hey, are you mad about not getting invited to the club? And then he's like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, you know, this Noel. I'm not gonna lie, you know, I feel a little bit of ways. Like, yeah, like, why didn't you invite Big Noel, right? So then Ashley Washington, one of the other producers, was like, oh yeah, so you mad? How mad are you? You know that bed? It looking pretty wet, cozy. You might want to throw that in the pool if I were you. So he's like, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Grab a camera, I'm gonna do my big one. So then he started walking, and that's exactly what happened. Boom, bed in the pool. That's what I think happened, okay? 2 of the rounds, like, Cozy just kept putting his head down and he was not swinging. He was trying to attempt to, but Noel is substantially bigger than him. So Noel got the advantage on that, like, both rounds. It was kind of sad to see. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, it was actually really sad to see. Okay. CS comes in and he thought Ish was sweet at this point. He starts sweet talking to John. He's like, oh, John, so you had anything to do with the bed? You had anything to do with the bed or whatever? John, like, don't talk to me, bro. Like, shut up. Don't talk to me. John gonna say in the confessional, your big black ass. Let me tell y'all something. John, that man high yellow as hell. That's not the type of person you say that to. He is high yellow as hell. Like, what? When he said that, I'm like, wait, that don't even make sense, but I guess. And then he's like, don't talk to me, bro. Says like, you know, I was just asking, you feel me? Like, I was just asking. Child, Says thought Johnson with this girl. Like, he wasn't trying to feature you, okay? I feel like Says Loki was trying to, like, peace treaty and, like, make up with him and Loki flirt a little bit and be a little friendly. And John was not going because y'all got to understand, by that point, most of the cast has kind of, like, went away from the living room, so nobody was really paying attention like that. So he thought, oh, maybe I could be cool or friendly with him. But John wasn't having it. They get to fighting, and John ends up on top of Says, even though Says probably wishes it was the other way around. Anyways, So yeah, he ended up taking, from what it looked like, John took the W because the camera was so far away and all we saw was John on top of him and then pulling John on top of him, right? They show the name situation. And I will say, it does give sense. You had an attitude. You had a huge attitude. Like, oh, how you spell it? Says like you spell SEIS. Says, yeah. You got it. Like, it's giving fauna. It's fauna, not Fanta. Yeah, get it right. Like, you know what I'm saying? It gave a little bit of that energy. So I could see why John like fell a little bit of ways, because if you just meeting somebody and they try to like press you by how you say their name and you don't know them, you're gonna feel away because it's like, I don't know you. It's not like we've met 3-4 times and I'm still getting your name wrong, or I'm purposely trying to like say your name wrong to be funny. So I could see why John kind of took it. And the way these shows work, it could be one little issue, but in order to get a storyline going, you got to take that one little issue and run with it. You got to make it a big to-do. You got to make it like a big thing. Like even on that TV, like one of the girls, she spit on her because she said, oh, you switching sides or something stupid. She spit on her, y'all. These girls done talk about people kissing some up and they still never spit. This girl spit. You hear me? So they get to arguing. And John at one point, he's like, let me talk. Damn. Okay. John has the worst lucks with them light brights. Okay. Them light skins be stressing John out. Oh, they be stressing his ass out. So he explains it. He's like, you were trying to like be slick and rude or whatever. And it says like, no, I wasn't. Like, I was just telling you how to pronounce it. But if you're going to explain, like, say it right, basically. So they don't really come to a conclusion. Like, we see next episode, they're going to end up scrapping. So then, boom. We end up seeing Island Boy, right? So Island Boy's talking to the boys. He's like, oh, who he thinks should get a chain. And I feel like so far, the people that should get a chain should be Shotty. I'm talking about the people that's there, not before the OGs got there. Shotty, Lynx, and Island Boy. Those are the three I feel like should get a chain, just from what I've seen so far. So Island Boy ends up talking to Landon. So he like, I'm not gonna lie, you know, I was looking at Miss Jada, but then my eyes went to Pootie. And you know Pootie and John, I think John wants Pootie Boosie. Yeah. You're gonna have to see about that, Landon. I don't know. Something about that not sitting right with me, Landon. Okay? You gotta look. You gotta look. You have to tell Pootie, you tell him, bend over, open your hole, and you gotta smell it. Because I think John went in there. Yeah, I do. So he basically putting him on game like that John and Pootie, I guess, were flirting. I kind of gagged when this got brought up because we all see the TikToks. I done talked about a little bit on here, why people are trying to insinuate. And y'all don't blame me because I always get blamed for stuff. I ain't even on TikTok. Today I'm starting to get on TikTok, y'all. I'm talking about uploading and going live. No shade. You hear me? I'm finna start doing it now. So not too much. I ain't create them TikToks, but you had them Zeus pages that created them TikToks that made these edits insinuating that John and Pootie have something going on or they're flirting. Landon said he kind of peeped it, but he ain't say nothing. But he said if he keep noticing it, he's gonna snap like hella hard. So Landon goes and asks John, and John said like, no, like I don't know why people seen it that, but we're not flirting or whatever. And he was like, he had to tell Pootie to move his elbow from his shoulder, apparently. Now let's talk about this whole straight and gay situation. I used to be one of the people that used to kind of like key at stuff like that or make fun of like that type of stuff. Like, oh, he trying to F on such and such. But it's really not funny because it's not going to be funny if it happened to me. And that happened to me once in my whole life. And it pissed me all the way off, okay? And it's really not funny because it's like, we as the community, we're already like isolated or whatever. So it's like, we got to kind of, some of us got to like be watchful or tippy toe around certain people because of ignorant ass niggas that will try to say or assume that we're trying to F on straight niggas or that straight niggas are trying to F on us. If we end up being cool, conversating, friends, none of that. They always, all of that. They always try to like insinuate that when they see it. Okay. And I don't know about y'all, but some of us are extremely picky. Okay. Some of us are not here just opening up the pussy or giving up the D for just anybody. I know I'm not. So it's like, with us being extremely picky, that's really 95% of the time not always the case if you see us being cool with a straight dude. Okay? And you know what kills me too? It be the straight niggas that's like, be so worried about a gay dude trying to be into them or around them, like we're magically gonna fall on their D, be like, whoa, and then we just land on it. And we go, like, no, it don't work like that. And it'd be the ugliest ones. It'd be the ugliest ones. It'd be the ones with the pot bellies, 2 baby mamas. They don't go to the gym at all. And they have no shape, none of that. Like it'd be the ugliest, most ran through looking ass ones that be assuming that. Like, girl, no. You couldn't even have a chance, and you don't even know it. It'd be those. It never the ones that look good that think like that. It's the ugliest ones that always think like that. Okay? So John and Landon end up talking, and John tells him, like, hey, like, I don't know. I feel like, Pootie or whatever, like, I guess he like getting comfortable, whatever. That's what John was basically telling Landon. Pootie went and asked John, and it gave, you know what's funny about this scene? It gave like a girl checking his BD about the baby mom, like, hey, like you trying to say, no, the baby mama checking the BD about the girl, like you saying that like I was like flirting with you or something like that. Like, this is crazy, John. Like, what? Like, I put my shoulder on you? Wow, that's crazy. Like, John, like, we couldn't even hear what he's saying when he's like, I said, oh my God. I'm not gonna lie, this scene was kind of gaggy. We couldn't hear what he was saying with such, so it was inaudible, but just the whole situation itself is gaggy. Now, I don't think John is gay. I do feel like he's curious. I do feel like he may be bi, because usually bi men are usually hypersexual. John is very hypersexual in my eyes. It's no shade. But once again, that's not always the case with straight men. That's what sucks when it comes to us in the community, because they always assume. Me I have a good amount of like straight nigga friends or whatever, and it's like, that's one thing I don't play around with, is that type of stuff, because it's like, I'm the type of person, I don't approach first. It's no shade. You gonna have to come to me. So I'm never gonna make the first move. I'm never gonna be like trying to like, no, babe, no, it don't work like that. No. I don't even deal with DLs no more like that, like at all, to be honest. I used to like years ago type ish, but it's like when I did, you gonna have to do the first move, because the last thing you need is to be like, oh, you trying to get up on me and all that, and I'm not into that type of stuff. Yeah, I guess I'm too prideful, because okay. Pootie was through it, child, and it kind of ended the scene there. It didn't go any further. Now, this reunion is going to be very interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting. Okay. So Sis, Corey, and Noel and Sideshow Bob are sitting outside, right? So Sis ends up asking Corey about links. He's like, oh my God, why you keep asking me about links? Why you keep asking me about links? And he's trying to be optimistic with links. And in my mind, I'm like, you know that nigga crazy. So why you trying to like say y'all cool or trying to be cool? Because he gonna drag it for storyline. So Corey asks Sis, he's like, oh, like, since we asking about stuff, what about you and Miss Jada? Miss Jada. I said, oh my God, not Sis and Miss Jada. Apparently, Miss Jada and Sis were accused of messing with each other. Zeus, y'all funny as hell. Why y'all show a clip of Miss Jada and Sis holding hands, girl? I can't. That was so funny to me. Like they showed him like they did like a little wiggle. It was like it wasn't even a hand hold, but it was sort of like a hand swing. They were like, y'all ate that up though. That was funny. That was really funny. Like when they showed that clip, I screamed when I seen that. So CS was like, no, like I would never, like, because the way Corey asked it, he's like, are y'all sword fighting? Which in my mind, I'm like, Corey, why would it be sword fighting? Like, I could see CS giving Jada the business, and Jada would take the business, if y'all get what I'm saying, if y'all catch my drift, okay? And he would ride the drift. Sorry, Jada. You feel me? Like, I could see that happening. Seth ends up telling Corey, though, he's like, stop flirting with me. I don't want to be with you. Like, cut that out. You see what I was just talking about? You see what I'm talking about? This is why. I'm prideful, babes. You are going to have to do it first. No, babes. Because that feeling, I don't like that. That would make me feel like the ultimate piece of crap. Like when somebody size you up like that, like basically stop trying to get with me or stop flirting with me. I'm not into you like that. Like, ooh, I cringed at that scene. I said, oh, my stomach went in the ruins, girl. I couldn't believe it. That is so embarrassing. So Corey was like, oh no, like, okay, cool, whatever. But in his confessionals, he read stands for filth. He said, your teeth is throwing gang signs, girl. He said, your teeth is doing jumping jacks. Your teeth crib. Like, he basically was like, he not trying to get with you like that, which I felt like is a little bit of cap, Corey, because in scene you didn't have that same thought. So I feel like that's an afterthought now that he kind of like stiff armed you a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And I do feel like a lot of people find Sans attractive just because he light bright. Because to me, it's like he cute, but it's like whatever. So then we end up finding out Noelle and Corey are like a thing. We all know in real time that is no longer. They about to squabble at this ring from what it looks like. So then here comes Lynx with a bowl of cereal. All I kept thinking of was Judy. Not when she threw the cereal on Priscilla, but it's when she was getting prepared for it. When she was in that car with Stassi and Tara, she's like, you know what I'm going to do, Stassi? I'm going to get a bowl of cereal. And I'm going to be like, hey, Priscilla, you hungry? When I tell y'all, I remember that scene vividly because I couldn't stop laughing at it because it was the way Judy was talking. She was like, I'm gonna say, Priscilla, I'm gonna get a pan and some cereal and some milk, and I'm gonna be like, hey, Priscilla, you hungry? You wanna eat some breakfast? You hungry? So I just kept thinking about it when he brought out the plate. Corey to me is not that smart in that scene because why the hell wouldn't you run? You have all reasons to run. You're injured, you have one hand. So if we ran, none of America would have been mad at you, Corey. I would have cleared it. I'm not going to sit there and let you throw something at me. Are you crazy? No. Or you should have threw at him back. Like, you should have threw at him first. Something. But wait for him to, like, do that whole scene and that whole monologue, because y'all know Lynx is a whole character. He's like, so, like, I ain't gonna lie, bro, my man, some breakfast. Look at this breakfast. I got him some cereal. You feel me? I got him some oats. And I feel like, like, that's my man's bringing him breakfast. He put the thing down, and then Corey just looking at it, but he started backing up a little bit. And I'm like, oh my God, boy, if you don't get up and throw that in his face, I know something. He's like, oh, like, that's my friend. And then Corey's like, that's been sitting out since this morning. Like, what? That's what really would have made me throw it at him first. Because it's like, come on now, like, that was the warning sign. That's he not really trying to be genuine. Like, he lucky trying to play in your face. So then, next thing you know, he ends up throwing like a bowl. I think the bowl of cereal actually at him. Flour starts getting all over because Corey had like flour in his pocket. They end up fighting with one hand. That was the funniest part about it. And after the fight, this is another part that had me cracking up. Corey gonna ask Noelle, so like, how's the fight? Like, how was it? Noelle's like, I ain't gonna lie, y'all was throwing him. I'm like, Noelle, you just talking now. Shut up. Throwing what? Throwing fingers? Like, stop it. Noah just wanted to make Corey feel better at that point. He's like, yeah, not gonna, like, y'all was throwing them. Like, you feel me? Like, y'all was doing y'all big ones. Mind you, they fighting like this. That was so crazy to me. I'm like, okay. So they end up going back and forth. I guess they're still gonna keep the beef going with this injured reserve versus injured reserve at this point. All right. So we back in the house. And Cozy wants his lick back, okay? He's not comfortable in his skin. He wants his lick back. So we get Cozy versus Noelle. Noelle ends up at one point pulling his hair, but y'all do the way Noelle is, he's taller than him and he's way bigger than Cozy. So Cozy was just like this with the hair down. I will say this though, Noelle, you better be careful. That Noelle, I will say this, Noelle better be careful because that Cozy is from New Orleans, okay? Don't be surprised if your ear holes start closing up, girl. You know what I'm saying? Don't be surprised. You feel me? Don't be surprised. It's gonna happen to Grandpa. Like, it's just like, we all know how it gets down there. We all know how it gets down there. No shade. We all know how the girls do. From somebody who's from a Creole area, the girlies be doing, I don't partake in them things, but people down there partake in those things, if you catch my drift. All right. So then we see Shawty outside and he's talking to Big Banger. So Big Banger's just like, yeah, you know, it's your boy Big Banger, okay? I'm bringing it back this season, okay? And I'm representing for my mother season. And I heard they jumping somebody on my mother turf. Are you coming to Zeus, bitch? Oh no. By the way, y'all, so I'm only addressing this because I know a lot of y'all in the comments gonna be like, oh, you need to interview him again. Da, 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 da. Banger don't like me, okay? What I did to this man, I do not know, but I'm gonna break down what happened. Mind y'all, this happened like a few months ago. I'm only addressing this because I already know y'all gonna be in the comments either asking me to interview him again or asking me to do something or whatever with him again. And it's enough. So this is what happened, y'all. I posted this video February 9th, and I was talking about the Bad Boys, like potential cast or whatever. And I was talking about this post that Adonis had made. And I was saying on this video, I said, I don't even like recapping Bad Boys because some of the boys, any cast, male cast that is recapped on, especially the people that do commentary, y'all know this, some of them do get in their feelings. No shade. Versus like the baddies where the baddies, as long as you're not saying nothing crazy or you're not alleging they doing no nasty or crazy malicious crap, that's when of course they're gonna get mad at it or whatever and try to like, you know, come at you. But besides that, they don't care. So I said that, and then I also talked about the OGs returning. Right? So this is what I said, because I keep receipts. This is what I said. Y'all saw how I posted that little leak the other day. It did not include any OGs, right? From what I was told, apparently the OGs are going to make like guest appearances or something to that effect. That's not 100% confirmed, but they are going to have like all those new boys, right? When it comes to like OGs like returning, I do feel like they shouldn't return like full-time type tip because I just feel like they're going to try to make the season all about them to redeem themselves for the previous seasons that did happen. All right, Adonis did put on Instagram, he said after watching the audition. All right, so I guess this part ended up getting Banger mad because then he posted this, okay? This was on his story, and some of y'all are probably wondering, he could have been talking about anybody, he didn't at you. I was added. So you know how Instagram has this new update where somebody could at you, and then nobody sees it except for the person that was added. So of course it sends it directly to your DM. So let's read it along. He said, did this little boy just say that none of the OG bad boys should be given a full season because they're going to try to redeem themselves? What exactly is wrong with us redeeming ourselves and making the show better? Basically, you don't want us to get the opportunity to redeem ourselves is what you're saying. So you're a hater? Got it. Glad I've been unfollowed your undercover hating ass. I've been peeped how you move. Then be talking about he don't like reviewing the boys, but be all up in the Not at TV boys ass. So let's pause there. For y'all that's been watching me, y'all know, even when it comes to the Playboys, I even start recapping their seasons. I started recapping, I feel like season 2. The only full season I recapped was season 1. The season 2 or 3, I didn't even finish recapping none of those seasons. So my whole thing is, it's one thing if you're with me, okay, cool, but don't just lie now. And also, I'm not friends with no Not at TV boys. Not at TV girls, a couple of them, me and them are cool. Shout out to Liddy. But most of them, the boys, I don't speak to not one of them. The editors, I'm cool with them, yes. But the boys, no. So that one, that's why I had to address that. That's cap. Let's continue. Yet I was the one that came to your house and did an interview with you in Florida where you didn't have 15K subscribers. That's another lie. I had way more than that when he did the interview. And also, just for clarification, when he came down here, he said he hit me up, was like, hey, what's up? I'm in the city, whatever, boo, boo, boo. So I was like, okay, bet, let's do the interview. My job, I was not prepared at all. That's why I wasn't prepared. And the audio, you already know the audio was messed up and all that. I didn't delete the video, but I archived it just because I could never delete something I put my hard work in. I archived it just because of that statement. It pissed me off. I ain't gonna lie. So I did unlist the video. No shade. For the ones that have been following me for a little bit, y'all know the interview. So boom. And also too, even if I was at 15K, some of y'all that don't do YouTube, it's a lot harder to grow on this platform than any other platform. I don't care what nobody says. It takes time. People really gotta with you because nobody's watching somebody for 15 or 20 minutes if they don't like you. Straight up. It's not TikTok where you're on here for a little 2 minutes and then no, it's not that. It's not Twitch where people could just go in and out. Like YouTube, you really got to F with the person and watch it for a long period of time. So even if I was at 15, which I wasn't, I would have been happy. I don't give a fuck. It's 15,000. That's a lot of people. The problem with social media now is like we see so much numbers and big numbers. We think that some big numbers are now small. Like 15,000 people is a lot of people. But hey, subscribers on YouTube, it gave you the opportunity, gave me the opportunity, y'all, to be seen by a larger audience. And you feel like I shouldn't be given another opportunity? I big knew you was a hater when you came out your mouth saying you felt like I was trying to steal your gig. That part, I don't even know what he's referring to. If he's referring to being on Bad Boys, y'all, I do not want to be on Bad Boys. I just said this 1,000,001 times. So I'm guessing that's what he's referring to. And the reason why I'm addressing this now is because around this time, and I didn't reply back at that time, I was in the process of getting casted on this show. I had producers from NBC, and I had permission because I asked them, watching me, my stories, social media, all that. So I was not going to go back and forth with him because the show Destination X, that's what the show I was in the process for, to get on. So that happened literally at that time. So I said, damn. So that's why I never replied back. Yasu. So I said a little something here on like YouTube, but like I never directly said nothing back. And then he said, and focus on signing up for acting classes too, because those impressions and skits you do before your videos are trash. Try Stellar Adler Academy or sign up for the actor studio. That'll serve you better than hating and wishing on others' downfall. That's why I saw some of the videos I kept making a joke about wishing on downfalls. Let's talk about the acting stuff. I am on acting classes, if y'all were wondering. So, boom. And also, too, a lot of people do enjoy the intro, so I'm never going to stop it. I'll be a fool to do so. That's what separates me from a lot of other creators on here. People that watch me start laughing from the moment they click on the video. So I do that on purpose. That's the strategy. Okay? So there's that. And then the praying on others' downfall thing, like me, I'm not, okay, this is how, when it comes to blogging for these networks, I'm going to tell you how it works. There's people that are under contract and there's people that are not under contract. When you are under contract, you cannot say or talk about just anything or just come out of your mouth. Straight up. They pay you a certain amount and you can't just be going on your platform, whatever it may be, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. I'm probably missing a few others. Bigo, it doesn't matter. Whatever they pay, you cannot just go up in here and say whatever you want. Me, I'm not under contract. So I talk about the positive and the negative, anything when it comes to any of these networks that I talk about. Plus, another thing too, when you're under contract, you are given a certain amount monthly. Catch that. That's not me. Sorry. For the ones that are getting that, it's no shade to them. I'm just saying, I just want to break it down so that way that people can understand, right? So that's why certain people, when I post about certain things or talk about certain things on certain blogs or whatever, because they're under contract. I'm not. So the prank on downfalls is crazy when y'all been watching me for years. I talk about the positive and the negative, and not only that, I give props where it's due. I give Natalie props where it's due. I give Lemmy Pepper props where it's due. Sky, all of them. So that's the part I found to be like the funniest. Plus the Not As TV Boys thing, because that was hilarious. Because I really am not friends with any of the Not As TV Boys. So yeah, that's what I had to say on that. That's why I'm not doing no interview, none of that. Don't ask me in the comments. That's what happened, y'all. I'm still trying to figure out what I said that made him so mad. Also, too, when I said that the boys were trying to prove themselves, the person I was really referring to, and this is why I kind of wish I said his name specifically, was Mo City JB, because around that time I dropped that video was the same time the auditions had just dropped when Mo City JB was trying to fight that feminine gay boy and was not trying to fight, damn, what's that boy name? The one that's on Now That's TV that came there and that basically called him gay. He was like, oh, I heard you was DL, though. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The one that basically kind of pressed him at the auditions, and Mo City JB didn't do nothing. That's what I was really referring to. Because why would I be shading you when me and you cool, and not only that, well, I thought we was cool. Not only that, why would you have anything to prove when last season you were one of the main people and the fan favorite? So what would you have to prove? So there's that, y'all. That's why, and that's what happened. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And y'all, I'm not going back and forth. Y'all probably gonna clip this, send it to him. I already know how I go. Y'all already know he probably gonna hop on. I'll be like, that motherfucking pig ass bitch, talk all that shit on that YouTube bitch. I'm not going back and forth. You got it. You got it. It's okay. You got it, man. It's like it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. So y'all let me know what I did wrong, cause like that gagged me, cause I'm like, even though I kind of suspected that something like that would happen, but the stuff that was said is what gagged me, cause I'm like, wow, like so you been like, okay, cool, and y'all wonder why I have trust issues. I say this all the time. This is why, cause the moment you think you cool with somebody is not the case. So it is what it is. Okay. So then Banger ends up coming in. He ends up fighting Pootie. Island Boy tries to like run up or whatever, but he ends up breaking Pootie jaw. Pootie was gagged that his jaw was broke. I feel like even Banger was gagged that he broke his jaw, because he kind of let that hit saying like, God damn, right? I told y'all about that confessional that Pootie had with that scarf. That was not for fashion. He's hiding that side of his face. And if y'all notice in his new confessional, he's talking like this because he's hiding the bottom of his face because of the jaw. Okay. So they start pulling them apart, security pulling them apart, whatever. Now I do feel like Landon did duck smoke with Banger, because I feel like had it been anybody else, he would have immediately ran up and got his lit back for his boyfriend. But because it's Banger and he saw the way he did him, he didn't want to get that same thing done to him. Because we all know Landon full of bones. So that would have went crazy. You get what I'm saying? So Banger like, what's up? What's up? Who else want it, bitch? Who else want it, bitch? He walking around, he walking around pacing or whatever. So Island Boy ended up running over. He like, come here. So he hop off the couch. He get to running up on him. They get to tussle, whatever. Island Boy's height helps a lot with Banger because he's able to get a reach on him. So he was able to get a good reach on him or whatever and start squabbling him down or whatever, right? So after that happens, CS ends up fighting him. So of course, we all know he has beef with CS because of Jonathan. From what I remember Banger telling me, like he was very upset with Jonathan because he felt like Jonathan cost him the reunion. Like he was demanding a lot of things for the reunion, and that was one of the people that caused the reunion to not happen, because he felt like he was one of the people that caused the reunion to not happen because Zeus did not want to fulfill those demands because he wanted such and such, him and Chef D, allegedly. This is what I was told. He didn't want this, like they wanted this, and that, and Lemmy Pepper was not trying to pay it because at that point, of course, Baddies was still the one breaking in the money. Bad Boys was raking in, but not near as much as Baddies. So that's what happened with that. He ends up fighting CS. Same thing to me too. Like I feel like the height kind of really helps them out, to be honest. So Cozy was outside the whole time. Cozy ain't want none of them problems, girl. He said, I can't fight no one. What I look like doing anything with these boys? I won't beg a breaking my jaw and me going back to New Orleans with a jaw broke. Like, y'all, I feel bad for Cozy. I really do. Okay. Landon ends up fighting Shawty. Now, this is where to me Landon looks crazy because it's like, why keep going at Shawty, but not the person who just fought your boyfriend? That's why Pootie's been going spiraling after that whole situation happened with Banger, because he felt like, I guess he didn't have his back. So now it kind of makes sense watching it. Besides what we were told like online through the blogs and stuff like that. Pootie's like bleeding everywhere. I'm talking about blood gushing everywhere. At one point, you see him by the sink, and then he's getting like fixed up. He's by the sink, whatever. And then he runs out and ends up swinging at Shawty, but they kind of like grab him up before Shawty could really end up doing anything, right? So Shawty ends up sitting outside. Bang ends up checking on him. It is good that they brought him at the time that they did, because this season was gonna start getting really irritating, and start to get annoying to watch if it was gonna be everybody ganging up on him. Sort of like how BGC used to get, where like it used to be like a wolf pack type of mentality or a clique during the season, and then they'll be bullying one girl and all that. So I'm glad that they brought them in when they did. Hence why I said the OGs with the guest situation, because it ended up working perfectly. But don't mind me, I'm just a hater. So then we end up seeing Landon checking on Pootie. Landon's like, oh, I think Banger has something in his hand. I said, Child, ain't nothing was in them hands but some Philly fury. Okay, that's what broke the boy jaw. If we're gonna be honest, because we didn't see he didn't have no gloves or anything. Because this is what the girls on Baddies are now doing, y'all. From what I heard, they using gloves and they putting stuff under the gloves. They putting plates, Pokemon chips, poker chips, girl. You feel me? They putting pop rings up under them bitches so you can bow, and then that's how the girls are getting facial fracture. That's what I heard. Okay, so then they kind of have like a mini house meeting, everybody sitting around each other, and that's when Shawty ends up calling Jada out. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to fight you 2-3 times, Jada, especially at the reunion when I heal or whatever." Jada's just like, "Man, like, I'm not trying to hear that. Like, stop talking to me, right?" So then Banger ends up calling out Paris. So this is the first time Paris got active in the whole season. He's like, "Oh, Paris, I got issue with you too, bitch. Okay, I got issue with you, but." I'm gonna get you when I'm good and ready. So then Paris like, about what? And Paris ends up jumping the couch and ends up fighting Banger. From what I remember, I think this is what I'm assuming. He don't like Paris because the Banger and Tasiki fell out, and Tasiki is very close with Paris. This is what I'm assuming. I'm pretty sure that's the reason why, because I think he said that online before. So that's why they have that beef or whatever. Okay. And that kind of ended the episode. Once again, like I said, I really like the season. Let me know what y'all think down below. I know most of y'all don't, but I'm the hater. Let me know what y'all think down below about this video, and we all babies.